So could you introduce yourselves?
Okay, hi, I'm Clementich.
I'm Philip Lohnes of Devil's Lake.
And tell us, why did you come out to Twin Cities Con?
This is my third year doing this. I came out to meet all the wonderful stars you can meet and just see my people. I'm a big nerd, and as you can see just by looking around the convention, there's also fellow nerds, geeks, and everything in between.
Okay, well, I'm a first-timer, so this is my buddy right here, actually, who convinced me to come out. So I had to make the trip myself, and of course, I had to bring my gear I got from Disneyland, and it's fun. It's fun being here for the first time, and I'm looking forward to everything today. So,
Sean, you're going to be meeting Hayden, right?
Yes. So far, I've met Ian McDiarmid, the Emperor Palpatine. I've met John DiMaggio, famous for Jake the Dog and Bender from Futurama. And then later today, I plan on meeting Hayden Christensen. I'm super stoked for it. Star Wars has always been a big part of my life, and I just can't wait for it.
And Phil, you're gonna be soon meeting Ian McDiarmid.
yes, I am. I'll be getting an autograph signing with him, and then later on getting one with Hayden as well. And, yeah, I'm very looking forward to it.
So tell us, what is it about cons, fandom that you enjoy the most?
It's everything, man. It's just seeing all the different things. It's cool seeing how creative people are as artists, as vendors. It's cool seeing people bringing different parts of their collections and trading them and selling them. It's really cool that you get to go and meet celebrities from your favorite shows, movies, fandoms, whatever. It's all just amazing to me.
Yeah, I agree. Wow, I've never been around so much celebrities. Voice actors, oh my God, you name it, anime characters. It's such a blast. First time, like I said, you never get chances like this every day, so I'm loving it.
Can you tell me about your cosplay, Phil? Is it Pacific Jedi?
Oh, well, it's Anakin himself. I actually, like I said, I got this over in Disneyland, so what do you call it? Of course, I had to bring it, his robe. I got his very own lightsaber too, so yeah, had to do it.
Sean, you said this was your third time coming?
Yes, this is my fourth convention. My first one I did was down in Rochester, Minnesota, but this is my fourth time ever, and my third time specifically at Twin Cities.
What other cons have you been to?
It was the other one in Rochester was called Nerding Out. It is ran by a local nerd shop based out of Rochester, but they have locations up here in Minneapolis as well. The guy who owns the shop organized the event. I was able to meet the armorer there from The Mandalorian. Really fun gal. Her line was short. Was able to have a nice 5-minute chat with her until the line picked up a little bit again. And that's the one thing I recommend people do. If there's someone you want to meet and their line is short, go do it, because they will chat your ear off until more people get in line. I've done it with a few people, and it's great.
And this is your first Phil, right? You said?
Yep.
What is it that you've enjoyed so far? I know you're only here, so this is your only day that you're here, right?
Yeah.
But so in the few hours that you've been here, what have you enjoyed so far the most?
Actually, I just got here less than not even an hour ago. So,
okay.
This is actually my first stop right here, and I don't know, probably go look around until I get to meet Hayden later on tonight. So still a lot more to explore here.
Can you tell me about some of the items that you're going to be buying or that you've bought so far, Sean?
So far I've mostly just bought generic con merch, like this lanyard, some pins, some stickers. I'm a big sticker guy. I love buying different types of stickers and throwing them on my water bottle. I mostly tend to keep my eyes out for mostly Legos and Transformers, or anything that catches my eye art-wise. There's some cool vendors who've done some Helldiver stuff this year, some awesome Star Wars stuff, awesome Transformers stuff, just everything. One of my favorites is Pixel Empire. They do some really cool art. I highly recommend you go see them. And or even meeting some of the guys who create comics. There's an artist here who's a local from Minneapolis called Dave Wheeler. Highly recommend him too. He's a big toy collector. He's done art for comic books. He has his own comic books. He does his own online show. It's really good.
And what any items that you've looked at so far that you're going to plan on buying?
I'm not sure yet. Maybe a couple, I don't know, maybe find a couple toys, swords, I don't know. I've seen a couple the Zelda shields. You know, I don't know. I'm not sure yet. There's so much stuff to buy from, I suppose. So yeah, we'll see what I can nab myself.
Regarding fandoms, Sean, what is it that maybe people that aren't into it have a big misconception about that you would say? Who are not like into anime, video games, you know, what would you say that they're missing out on? I guess that's a better way.
I would say you're just missing out on a good experience. Like, even if there's not specifically things related to what you're into, I bet you there will be people here that are into the same things you are, and it's a good way to connect with people. Like, it amazes me with just like how you'll have like a 2-hour-long conversation with someone in line, and you'll never get their name, and you don't know if you'll ever see them again. But it's just one of those things where it's just like you're communicating with people who share the same interests as you. It's really great.
Same question to you, Phil.
What's the question?
What are people missing out that are not into this stuff?
Well, the way I put it, it's like a unity. A lot of people come here, you know, gosh, everybody's so nice, so, you know, so together, you know, an experience like this. I'd say it's something you don't want to miss out on. It's such a great experience, especially people with you don't even know, and it's like you've known them for a long time, you know.
Now I know this is your first time at any convention, right?
Yes.
Would you do this again? Would you come to a Twin Cities Con, or maybe you want to go
likely. Anywhere that's like near my vicinity? Yes, I'm in.
What about farther, like San Diego or New York Comic Con?
Perhaps we do a lot of traveling too at times, so you know, I wouldn't actually mind maybe going to Bridgeland. So.
What's next on your docket for cons?
Oh, I don't know. Currently, we're going to try to maybe get San Diego. If not, I do plan on going to the Calgary Expo up in Canada. I have family up there. They told me about it. Me and my younger cousin, we're just going to have a guys' weekend doing all that, meeting all the people. They haven't announced guests or like anything yet, so I'm looking forward to those announcements for sure, because I saw theirs last year and I was like, wow, that was a really good group of people. I wish I could have like gone and met. And like I've because of this coming up, I've been researching other ones to possibly go to. I know like a lot of the prestigious ones are really hard to get into. Like you got to be like in that like the second the tickets go live, or else you're not going to get them. And you know, you win some, you lose some, in my opinion. But if you want a guaranteed one, come to one like this, a local one that's still large, or if like, you know, the same people, they do one in Des Moines, Iowa, and a lot of people just travel down to go to that, or they head over to Michigan or Chicago and go to ones there. All because it's like, you know, it's a day's worth of drive for a whole weekend.
Star Wars stuff now. What is your favorite Star Wars movie?
Oh, Return of the Jedi by far. You know, I had to get Emperor Palpatine from Return of the Jedi from Ian McDermott. I had the quote I had added was "So be it, Jedi," because at the panel yesterday he says it was one of his favorite lines throughout the movie, and he rarely does signings for it. I was just like, you know, I've been trying to find one. I'll do that one. And like Return of the Jedi is just monumental for me. Growing up, I would rewatch it all the time. And sometimes a very nerdy thing I would do is I would put it in different languages or turn on different subtitles and just watch the Battle of Endor in different languages and just watch it. I don't know why I did it, but it was just a thing for me growing up.
Your favorite Star Wars movie, Phil?
Oh, for me, it's Revenge of the Sith, no doubt about it. For one, of course, probably has some of the greatest action scenes when it comes to saber fighting. To just the emotion around, you know, betrayal. What do you call? I don't know. What do you want?
The tragedy.
Yeah, tragedy. Oh, yeah, so much emotion into it, and then and then just it leading off to the rest of the into the what do you call?
The rest of the saga.
Sequels, yeah. So yeah, what do you call? To me, it's the best one.
Do you think that one's gotten a greater appreciation now thanks to the memes?
I hope so. Yeah, I definitely hope so.
I like to think it's all the kids that grew up with that movie are now finally adults, and they're now their voices are now louder than the people who were hating on the movies when they first came out.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's like that's how I think it's going to be like 20 years when they're doing another Star Wars trilogy, if they do one. And then all the kids who grew up with the sequels are just going to be like, oh, we loved them. We don't care if they were bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the line, that's a fine one to add to my collection. I don't know why. There's just something funny about that line for whatever reason. So anything overall that you would say about Twin Cities or anything about cons, Sean, that you want to mention? That
I
hasn't been
would
brought
say
up?
if you want to go, do it. It's worth it. Even if you're just taking like a couple hours to just get the experience, do it. You know, you don't know what you'll find out here. And I highly recommend people do their research on these things, because like I am a big guy when it comes to the Facebook group for this convention specifically, and it's so funny watching all these people asking the same questions that were answered like hours before, and it just makes me cringe a little bit just seeing that. I don't know why. Part of me is just like, are you stupid, or do you just not know how to search things? Like, there's a website, there's an app, like, if you have a question, go look. If you can't find it, then go to the group page.
Kind of like when on Instagram, when someone posts a clip of a movie, and they'll put the name of the movie right in the description, and people will still say what movie it is.
Yes, exactly. It's like, come on, open your eyes. Like, look on the website. Look on the website. The website is the most helpful tool for this. Like, I can't put it more on that. Like, website, the app, the group, the Facebook group. They will help you with experiences like this.
And Phil, what about you? Anything you want to say? Anything like that? Any advice or anything you say to first-time conners?
I'd say if you want to do it, do it. Honestly, it's well worth it. You never know if you're going to get a chance to meet these people again. You know, a lot of people that you grew up with, a lot of the voice actors you grew up with. You know, you never know if you're going to get this chance to meet them. And if I was anybody, I'd do it. Most definitely. That's why I'm here right now.
Yeah.
So,
like, I gotta say, do it, because actually something that was pretty tragic that happened yesterday was Tony Todd passed away. I was lucky enough to meet him when he came to this con last year. So I am going to say, like, if there's a celebrity you really want to meet and they're at one of these things, go for it, because you don't know. Like, example, Ian's 80 years old now. You don't know if he's going to be gone tomorrow. Okay? Just take that opportunity to do that. Like, a lot of these guys are old now. Star Wars was 40 years ago. Like, just do it.
yeah.
Actually, curious to know, who else would you like to meet from Star Wars, Sean?
Oh, if they were to get Ian McGregor, Mark Hamill, I know they would never get Harrison Ford, but if I had the opportunity, I would do Harrison Ford. Samuel L. Jackson would be fun. Just like any big name in Star Wars. Like, I met the cast of the Clone Wars last year. I wouldn't mind meeting like people from the new shows. Like, I've met the Armorer. Like Pedro Pascal himself would be cool, or just his doubles that like are like the actual suit doubles. Like, John Wayne's grandson is the main stand-in when Pascal's not in the suit, and then there's the stunt guy, and they get totally floored on how everybody's like, Pascal's the Mandalorian. I'm like, no, they're not. This guy is, because he's the guy in the suit like 95% of the time. All I gotta say.
How about you, Phil? Anybody else from Star Wars you want to meet?
Well, one person's for sure is Samuel L. Jackson, the Mace Windu. He's the main guy. I've always thought he was one of the most awesome characters. I'd say I honestly thought he was the most powerful until he was betrayed, but most definitely him. I definitely want to meet Boba Fett. That's honestly, that's definitely on the big bucket list. And well, Ewan as him, I suppose, and then get the chance to meet these Anakin and Palpatine today. So that's kind of about it.
Okay, that's all I had. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Yeah, no
All right,
problem.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.